So a lot of people have been asking me about the training cave and what I should be, talking about and stuff like that. So one of my friends, Loritis, he is one of my vice captains for the global side of my guild. So he asked me. It's been a couple days since he asked me to make a prep for this. So we're gonna basically get into it now. What you need to know about this whole training cave when it comes to global is that this is actually how you're going to be able to turn your SSR gear into UR gear. The way that you're going to be actually doing that is if we go back to Merlin, right? Merlin is in the actual tavern, and she's the one that you're going to talk to at the time whenever it's added for the game itself. But when you go to Merlin, you're going to see a little bug thing. I call it like a bug. It looks like a small little beetle. But when you look into here, you're going to click on the left side, right? And it's going to give you the way to actually put in your SSR gear. You have to make sure your SSR gear is 5-star plus 5, right? Let's just say we do click this. Then it's going to give us the option to add on the right side which character we want to put as UR gear. The thing to know is that when Global first comes out, I think there's only 2 characters that are going to be able to be doing that, which I think it's Meliodas and Elizabeth, if I remember correctly. It should be those 2 units. I could be wrong, but I mean, we don't know how exactly Global does it. But let's just say we go ahead and pick someone, right? Let's just say we pick Zeldris, just for fun of it. So you're gonna see that you need to have these purple stones. This is where you're gonna get the stones are from the training cave, right? These purple stones, you need 10 for 1 SSR gear. So basically you need 60 to get a full set. This right here on the left side is a 6-star crystal. The way you get that is if you actually go to King. As you guys know how you can do your upgrades, if you go to King with the 5-star crystals, you do the 5-star crystal upgrade to the 6-star for one of them, and that's how you're gonna do. You're gonna need 6 of them to do a full 6 gear set. But when you go back to Training Cave itself, now Training Cave is actually it's kind of annoying in my opinion. It can be very tedious, I guess, if that's what you want to put it that way. But if you actually focus on this, you can actually get this really done pretty fast. But the thing to know is, I'm pretty sure a lot of people have made this video already, but nobody is going to do level 3s, level 2s, right, as much. So just know, if your account doesn't look very stacked and it looks just like a normal player that's casual, you're gonna struggle on this. The way you're only gonna beat the training cave is if you're gonna do level 1s and 2s at most. Now, to know, there's 9 fights, right? In the 9 fights, you can do actual level 2s and 3s. It's up to you however you want to do it. I recommend if you can do level 3s and do it. But to know, when you do your fights, you can do 9 fights, right? And you have this little bar up here. You want this to go all the way to 100%. The way this works is that there's going to be a red, green, or blue level 3 first. Those level 3s are how you're going to be able to get this bar up. The more you do on level 2s and 3s, the higher the percentage goes for this bar. The more this bar goes up, you get to the level 3 in the gold. What the gold fight does is going to be the one that rewards you the most. And this fight right here in the gold fight is actually a team you used in this whole training cave, because when you look at the other fights, right, let's just go to level 2 for now because I already went through my level 3s. You need 75,000 CC to actually fight in this battle. And just know, the rewards that you get out of this are going to be these rewards: anvils, crystals right here, and hammers. Hammers are very, very good. This is probably going to be the best thing to get out of all these, just because if you have a gear fully set already for one of your units, you can actually use their substats and re-roll for those substats. So let's just say, for example, we go to Demon Melee, right? If we go to his gear set, he obviously has your gear, but if we go over here and he has a 14.7% on his attack, and we go over here, I don't have enough, but you can see this 2.9%. If we use hammers, it would actually bring it to 3%. It makes it go up. It doesn't do what anvils do and re-rolls the stat itself. It actually just pushes the stats up higher, which is why hammers are the best thing to have, and that's why they're so hard to get in the game. But when you look at the training cave itself, when you look at that, you can get those rewards from there as well. But if you go to the level 3, right, this is the actual one that you want to do. The reason why is because when you look into here, you're gonna get hammers and these purple stones. Possibility, when you beat it the first time, you do get 3 for example, but the other ones, based on what you get, you'll get a 50% chance for 3 drop or a 50% chance for 2 drop. If you can get both of these, you're gonna be sitting golden. Or you can get the hammers or anvils. Now the thing is, it tells you what team you have to go against, which I have to go against this green team that I made while I was fighting the actual one of the levels. So let's just say, for example, I'm doing all level 2 matches, right? After you're finishing all your level 2 matches, depending on the team you make, it's going to be based on having, let's just say you're fighting a blue type unit. If you're fighting a blue type unit, you want to go for green type team. So you would obviously just go into here, just do green type only, because then it gives you the option to use all your greens. Now the thing to know is when you finish an actual battle, your characters that you had just used, because you can see that's the team that I had just used, that team gets locked up. You can't use them anymore in the actual fight itself. The only way to use them is if you actually use a main character, and then on the substats you can actually still use them. I believe you can still use them. Yeah, you can still use them here, but you can't use them in the actual main fight anymore. So that's basically how you do it for that. Now, just to know, you do need to have a pretty decent box when you go ahead and fight into this. So when you look at your units, you want to have a lot of these units awaken to level 60 and a lot of these units to level 5 or 6 star, right? Because if you don't, then you're going to struggle a lot on this. Now, to know right now, if you do it this way, you want to make sure you're focusing on global stuff right now, which global has books right now you can farm for half stage. And if you farm half stage books right now, you will be able to get a lot of money, and 2, you can get a lot of awakenings for your units. And when you do that, you would be able to sit pretty well to get you know, pushed out with this actual stuff right now. So if you go to the SP, this is JP right now obviously, but when you click in global, you'll see that these books right now would be half stamina, and you want to grind all these out when you can, because that's going to be very, very helpful for that. So now when we get back to the training cave itself, global itself, I think is going to be every 3 days when you can go back into the actual training cave, and they give you 1 key per turn, so you can actually just go into it when you want to. But let's just say you know, I did 3 matches, right? I did all level 3 matches, and we got 2 hammers, right? We got 2 hammers from this, but when we go into the level 3 match, you'll see that we have to go ahead and do this right now. So let's go ahead and get into it. So the thing I do normally, depending on what kind of fight you're going against, this has 83,000 CC, right? Whatever team you had made beforehand, right, it will just pick out, I think it's just random at that point. It'll pick the team that you fought with, and it'll give the CC based on that. But let's just see, we'll go into here, and we're going to actually have to fight my green type unit, right? So if it's a green type unit, then we're going to go ahead and get into a red type team. So we have to be careful with this now, because we're going against Meliodas, and he can be very annoying. But we just have to use a full team that can actually beat it. That's red teams, right? So if you use any kind of random team, what I normally do is I'll use a really good red type unit. So let's just say I'm going to use, I just use Demon Melee, honestly. So we do that, and then the other units, what I do is I just use random fodder units that I know that I won't really need in the long run, because you don't want to use your crazy units in the beginning of the matches, because you want to save them for all the crazy stuff that you have to go through in this game. So let's just go ahead and just use this unit. Let's just say you can follow an actual, like, there's an actual chart that you can probably follow, like an actual way of doing this, but really I'm just doing this for the highest CC possible that I can get, and just the highest damage possible that I can do. So for this right now, let's just go ahead and put Darieri together. Let's just say, now you're gonna see my CC is 93,000 over 83,000, and you could also run food if you really wanted to. Let's just say I do want to run some food, right? I'll run some food. Let's just say I want to run evasion food, just in case, because I want to stop from getting hit from one of the turns, right? And let's just get into it. Now when you do this, level 3 is the best thing to do if possible, but the gold run is the one that you definitely want to do. So I'll just show you. We'll fight real quick and go through it. But for training cave itself, once you have used this team, you can't use it anymore. So just know that you have to be very careful on how you do this. So right here, we're gonna try focusing on the Meliodas, because he is the strongest one on that team, and we don't want to lose from him. So let's just go ahead and do this. Let's do that, and then let's actually just focus on, actually he's not attacking, so let's actually just focus on these guys real quick. Let's do that, and then let's just do this. So from this, honestly, you just quickly kill them as quickly as possible. A lot of these units that you'll have will be level 60 or level 65, and then a lot of these units you'll have will be like 70 if at most. But the way I do these runs is that I use one level 80 unit, and all the other ones will be level 60 or 65, depending on which one I'm doing. Alright, so now we're going to do this. Now we have to focus on getting rid of him, so let's go ahead and focus on him now too. So let's do that, and then let's just do, let's just take away one of his orbs. But yeah, it's not too hard for training cave as long as you have really good teams, and if you make good teams, you know, honestly, it's not even about the teams. It's really just about using type advantage and having one good unit on the team. That's literally it. Other than that, I mean, it's more just making sure that you have all your units awakened, because once they're awakened, then you should be good to go with that. Let's actually just get rid of him, and then our ultimate will kill what's his name, Hauser. But yeah, it can be annoying, honestly. I'll give you guys that. It's just something that you guys will have to get used to after a while, because one thing for sure is at the beginning of the training cave, no one who is like a casual player would definitely finish this easily. Like, it will take a long time until you can actually finish these level 3. But just to give you an idea, you can do all these things at level 2 as well, but what you really want to do is level 3. But everything can be done in level 2 as well. But everything else you can do in level 1 and 2, but it will take a long time for you to get those crystals, because if you do the level 1s and 2s versions, then you can only, I think, get up to like 3 or 4 crystals, or stones, I guess. That's all you can really do for those, so just be careful when you're doing training cave, because if you don't have the right units, or if you don't have the units awakened, then it will be a bummer to go through all of it. But you can see that we just won, so we're hoping we get a really good drop for the stones. So you can see we got 5 right there, so 5 isn't bad. We'll take that from the level 3-star run. And then when you finish that, you saw that the locks happened on my units. I can't use those units again, but to know, the level 3 resets and it goes on to the next level 3 matches. So when we go into the level 3, for example, right, you're gonna go ahead and see that it's 90,000 CC and we're fighting this monster. And since he has a blue type unit, you're gonna see he has a blue type, we're gonna use a unit that actually, well, units that would beat it. So we would use you know, what's it called, green type units to actually finish it. So what you do is go back into here, go into your green type parts, right, and then use green type units. The way I set it up is I would use one strong unit, right? So let's just say I would use this Demon Melee, let's just say. Then all the other units would be like level 60. Like this Gother, wouldn't care for it. I would use this King, wouldn't really care for it. And I would use, let's just say, this Bond. Let's just say this is just how I would use the team itself, because you just want one really strong unit, and then obviously put your you know, sub partners, and that's pretty much it. And then obviously the CC should go up, and if you want to go first, you can use food that can actually help you, like CC food, and it'll boost you up. But basically that's how you're gonna do it for the actual runs for level 3. Level 2 you can do, but just know that you can only do 9 fights every 6 days, I believe, or every 5 days, as long as you finish it. 75,000 CC for a level 2 fight. If you can finish this as well, you can see like this is going to be a blue type, so make sure you use a team that can actually beat it. So that's 75,000. Level 1 is going to be I believe 60,000, so you want to do it that way, then you can. For level 1s, if you really don't have a team that you can run, you're going to want to use units that are basically level 60s at most, because if you're going to be playing level 1s and level 2s, then you just want to use your units that can do a lot of damage, like, you know, level 1s for, let's just say, you want to use, I guess you can just use Jericho. Mine is level 65. I'd have Jericho right here, and all these other units would just be random units that I would never use, right? Because, you know, what's the point of using them? So let's just say I would use this, and then let's just say I'd use this. That's basically what the team I'd run, and I'd literally have it like that. You're already over 60,000. So yeah, it's basically Training Cave and its whole bunch. When you finish 9 runs, you get out 5, 8. So you get 10 hammers a week, basically. So if you do it multiple times every week, you'll see that you'll get a lot of the hammers. And then based on the rewards that you can get a lot of those crystals. Now, when you go back to Merlin, basically what you're going to do is go to Merlin. You're going to talk to her and go like, hey, I want this UR gear. You're going to put in those stones that you just got. Let's just say I got 5 out of those, right? So if I want to do, let's just say, let's just put this one in. You'll see that I have 34 now. I had 29 before, I guess. Yeah, so I had 29. Now I can do 3 engravings if I wanted to. I would just need to get, obviously, this one, which you can get easily, and then 500,000 gold. But yeah, that's gonna do it for the Training Cave. Hopefully you guys do enjoy that. Hopefully you guys do understand that these units, but basically you're gonna use every single unit in the game, and that's basically what Training Cave is. It's end game content, so you have to awaken every single unit if you really want to be successful in the Training Cave. So awaken them to level 60, get them to 5 to 6 star at least. I would push for 6 star if possible. focus on one character every 3 days if you want to get your units much higher and your box much better. So focus on every unit, you know, get them level 60, 5-6 star them every single 3 days, and you should be pretty good to go for the training cave. But yeah, that's gonna do it for today's video. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. If you guys have any more questions, let me know in the comments below. I'll try my best to answer them, and of course drop a like if you guys did enjoy this video, and subscribe to the channel if you guys are brand new. And then yeah, join my Discord if you guys need more help. I'll try to help you guys as much as possible in any way possibly I can. So yeah, that's gonna do it for today's video, guys. Have a great day.